Hey guys, what's going on? It's Thursday, the 19th of September, 2024. It's 11:20 a.m. here in Germany. This is the Insanity Report for today. And look, whatever you think about the Israel, Hamas, Palestine deal, right? Whatever you think about it. The thing with the pagers, I mean, everybody's heard about it now. I mean, it's all over the world. It's big news. Israel apparently was able to intercept a large order of pagers that Hezbollah made. They placed the order. Israel was apparently able to intercept it. They were able to basically fixate small amounts of plastics explosives into the pagers, and then yesterday, or the day before yesterday, they set them all off. And like 3,000 of these Hezbollah people, I don't know if they're, again, I don't know if they're all Hezbollah. I don't know. You know what I mean? It could be that a couple of these pagers just went to regular people and also hurt them, which would be very bad. But 3,000 people were injured, and 9 were killed for sure. There may be more. That's the reports that we're getting at the moment. I mean, whatever you think about Israel, that was pretty badass, right? I mean, wow. Wow. That's some shit they were not expecting. Just imagine you're one of these Hezbollah guys, right? And all of a sudden, yours and all of your buddies' pagers all explode at the same fucking time, killing some of them, maiming some of them, seriously injuring some of them. That was a pretty good move. I mean, that was a pretty good move. That's like James Bond shit, right? So that was pretty cool. There is a little bit of a negative connotation to it, though, because look, right, if Israel can do this to Hezbollah, just imagine what our Western governments here in the West, especially America, can do to conservatives or free thinkers or right-leaning people or even right-wing people. Just imagine what they could do. And most of us in the West don't buy our phones outright. You see, we order them online, and that makes it so that the government can track our orders, and they can go, wait a second, with their ISP providers, which usually we order them from our ISP providers or our cell phone providers, because we get them on credit, so we can like pay it within our cell phone bill. And that's the easiest way to do it, because a lot of people, thanks to the government with their inflation, will not be able to buy $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 cell phone or smartphone outright. They're going to have to get it on credit. The way to do that is through the cell phone providers. And as we know, cell phone providers and ISPs these days work pretty close with the governments and the three-letter agencies. So just imagine what they can do. I mean, if they can pull this off, they can do that to pretty much anybody. And see, in this case, Israel takes the credit. They're like, yeah, we did this. Fuck you guys, which is cool. But if in the West or in America, one or two cell phones blow up or smartphones blow up and kill a couple of conservatives, they're going to go, wow, that was a technical thing. I mean, it was an accident. I mean, battery got too hot or whatever the fuck excuse. They're never going to go, yeah, that was us. But they can do it. They can do it. Israel showed us this is possible. So I would be, especially if you're high profile in America, I would be very wary of ordering any of these technical devices online in one of these Western countries where the ideologues are still in power, because they will apparently go to any length in order to retain their power. We see that they're trying to censor everything they possibly can. They're trying to get a hold on all the power of the internet. They're trying to force people into silence. They're doing it everywhere. Brazil, England, the United States, Germany, all of these Western countries that are being run by ideologues are doing everything they can to hold on to their power. And one of their greatest fears is the fact that information is free and accessible for everybody thanks to the internet, social media, YouTube videos, and people that are willing to exploit these tools in order to get their message out. They hate that because they don't have control of the narrative. That is their number one battle. The World Economic Forum last year was all about misinformation, no longer about anything else, not climate change, not nothing. They want to combat misinformation because that is the way that these people hold onto power. That's the way they can lie their way into power, because the public gobbles up their propaganda and not the actual truth information. So if you think that they won't go to lengths like this in order to silence people that are dissidents in the West who are trying to fight off this totalitarianism, then you have got another thing coming. They most certainly will. And we know now they absolutely have the capability. So it's not like before where we're all going, it really seems like our phones are listening to us all day. It looks like they are. I get ads for stuff that I never searched for because I spoke about it around my phone. But we don't know for 100% sure. I mean, it may be algorithmically decided. And, we're not really sure 100,000% that the government is tracking everything we do on all our phones at the same time and keeping the information in databases that they can go to whenever they want to look closer at a specific person. We pretty much are sure that's happening, but not 100% sure, even though we should be 100% sure thanks to Edward Snowden. But in this case, Israel has proven to the world, listen, if we can get our hands on your smartphone device or pager or a device that you're using, we can just basically neutralize you from afar if we can intercept that order. So my advice is to everybody out there who is a dissident, who is speaking out against these tyrannical governments in the West at the moment, if you are high profile YouTuber, big numbers, Tim Pool or PBD or Joe Rogan or whoever, these people have the money to buy their phones outright. And so go to a store, go to a random store, and pick out a phone that you pick out, the same with other devices, and only use those. Now, there of course are ways these days to also scan your device with tools to be able to check if there's explosives inside them or if there are extra mics or stuff like that placed inside them. But I guess the easiest thing to do would be, if you have the money, order your phone by walking into one of the stores and buying it from the cashier so that you pick the phone, nobody intercepts it, the chain of custody is secure, because, hey, this is pretty crazy. This is James Bond shit. And look, I'm not a big fan of Israel, I have to say, but I'm going to give them props on this. This was pretty cool. Fucking good move. It would be great if Western powers were as calculating and as sneaky, I guess, as Israel has been in this particular maneuver. But no, they are instead loud, rambunctious, provocative, and causing all of the conflicts that are basically going on in the world today is thanks to the West and their ever encroaching, morality, the quest to morality. I don't know how else to explain it. But these issues that are going around in the world, Russia, we've got Israel and Hamas, these problems, Iran, Hezbollah, these problems really probably would not happen if the West was not so involved in everybody's fucking business. So guys, take a lesson from Israel, okay? I know I'm sounding uber paranoid, I get it, but look, really, we've been shown that technology and the know-how is available to basically kill anyone on the planet that they want to with the flip of a switch because of these devices. And in this case, they were able to intercept an order, which they could easily do to a single person in the West or a couple of people. Nobody will ever know that it happened because it will be blamed on faulty battery, faulty design, etc., etc. So, hey, that's just me, okay? That's just me. I would definitely start moving in that direction if you are a person that is not on board with Western totalitarianism. Okay, and that leads me kind of to the next story, which is the next thing I want to talk about in this Insanity Report, which is, of course, Gavin Newsom and Hillary Clinton both were out yesterday explaining how they want to basically tighten the totalitarian grip on their citizenries in America as well as in California in general. Now, below this video, I'm going to link a hilarious deepfake campaign video of Kamala Harris's, where it's her voice, it's her pictures, it's her in different spaces, in different places talking, but it's a deepfake. And it's a deepfake because we know it's a deepfake because it's almost parody. It actually is parody, because they're basically making Kamala Harris say that she is a complete idiot. She's a DEI hire. She's dumb as a box of rocks. She has no accomplishments. And she's been trained by the best deep state puppet there has ever lived, which is Joe Biden. The video is fucking hilarious. I'll link it down in the description so you can watch it. But that video has now sparked Gavin Newsom to increase his totalitarian grip on California, and he has now come out with a new bill that makes AI deepfakes illegal, and that means anyone. And what they're going to classify as deepfakes? Well, this video of Kamala Harris, which is mocking her and making her look stupid, but is completely legal, except in California. Now, how does he want to do this? He was on stage bragging about it. Oh my God, this is how you govern. This is how you govern. This is how you do it. He slammed the hammer down on regular citizens who are expressing their either humor or displeasure with the ruling class. Yeah, that's how you do it. Tyrannical rule. So now California has gone on its own private mission by making a law that basically won't do shit, okay, except for further restrict the citizens' rights, freedom of speech, right? Freedom of expression, right? That is now illegal in California because he is going to demand that the social media companies remove AI-created parodies, deepfakes, or satire. Wow. So how's that going to work? Are the people that don't live in California going to be able to see those things? Because, to be honest, California voted for this fucking douchebag, right? California voted for him. So, actually, I don't really give a shit what Californians get, okay? I don't care. I'm tired of fighting for people who won't fight for themselves. I'm tired of speaking out for people who won't speak out for themselves and keep voting in the same insane bullshit. So, California, screw you. I don't care. But what I do care about is everybody outside of California being able to see hilarious memes about Kamala Harris. So, are the social media companies going to be able to block this content for just California? Or is this law that California makes indirectly going to affect all of America and all of the world? Because the social media companies will have it a lot easier by just removing the content altogether based on California law. I think I know which way it's going to go. So in order to get this resolved, it's going to have to go through years of court again, and it's going to have to cost taxpayer money because, of course, Gavin Newsom is going to defend himself against any lawsuits that may come up. It's going to take a long time for lawsuits to come up anyway because people are not going to realize the things that they are not seeing. If you haven't seen it, you don't know you're missing it. That's kind of the thing. And that's also the tactic. You have to admire the ruthlessness of these people. You know, you have to admire their absolute ruthlessness. Gavin Newsom knows that it's not going to only pertain to California, and he is basically unilaterally making a federal law because that's how it's going to play out. It's going to play out that social media companies, under threat of Gavin Newsom at the point of a gun, will have to remove all parodies, all deepfake parodies, all things created with AI that are published that negatively affect the establishment status quo government. they're going to be removed completely, not just for Californians. Get the hell out of here. That's not happening. I don't believe that. If that were to happen, okay, then, what do you say? It's not good. I can't say that it's good. It's just that I really don't have any sympathy for the Californian people. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? You had the chance to get rid of this fucker a long time. After COVID, you should have fucking dumped him right away, but you didn't. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the recall election. No, fuck that up too. So you guys like this tyranny. That's fine. That's cool. So have it. So if Silicon Valley decides to just block Californians from hilarious memes about Kamala Harris and others, that's okay by me. But we do have to be constantly fighting against this regardless. Because if California gets away with it, others are going to follow. See? Because actually that's what these establishment leftist ideologues want to happen. They want people to capitulate. They want people to go, well, there's nothing we can do. California made this law, so what can we do? The best we could do is probably just make a law that's the same. We'll just kind of start forcing our tyrannical rule down on our citizens in every state or federally. So watch out for tyrants like Gavin Newsom, because this is what they do. Now, look, Hillary Clinton on the same day also came out. I think she was being interviewed on some sort of mainstream media channel, and she is calling for the either civil or criminal prosecution of people that are posting misinformation. And we all know misinformation could basically be absolutely anything. Anything the establishment doesn't like is misinformation. And today it may be A, tomorrow it may be B. And so what Hillary Clinton wants is to give full control to the establishment, to the federal government, to say, today we find what I said, what person A says disinformation or misinformation. Tomorrow we may not. We will decide arbitrarily, and if we feel that a punishment is necessary, we will enact that punishment upon you. That is totalitarianism, people. I'm sorry. That's no longer has anything to do with freedom or democracy or rule of law or any of that shit. It is totalitarian control. And of course Hillary Clinton wants that. That shouldn't be a surprise. You know what I'm saying? And also, because they get embarrassed. Their hypocrisy constantly gets exposed. And even though they see the hypocrisy as a feature and not a bug, it still annoys them. You see, because too many people are waking up and turning against them. Even prominent people, as we've seen. RFK, Tulsi Gabbard, etc., etc. There's lots of them, right? So what they want is totalitarian control. And that's what Hillary Clinton is advocating for. And Gavin Newsom has taken it one step further and is no longer just advocating. Now he is going to force social media companies and internet providers to remove content that he deems to be deepfake. And anything can be deepfake to him. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, it's misinformation. See, a deepfake isn't the real thing, so it's misinformation. If Kamala Harris is on a deepfake talking about how stupid she is and that she's DEI hire, well, that's not really Kamala Harris because it's a deepfake. And so therefore, it's misinformation. And therefore, Gavin Newsom has now single-handedly applied his crazy tyrannical Californian law to the rest of the world, because I don't think that outside of Elon Musk maybe, but I don't think that the other social media companies are really going to put up a fight against this. They never really have. So the only one that's going to put a fight up against it is Elon Musk. Thank God for that. So deepfakes will still be available on X, I'm sure. But it's just getting, that's the thing. That's my whole point. That's the whole reason why I do the Insanity Report. The whole thing is just getting crazier and crazier. It's getting more and more tyrannical. It's getting more and more censorious. And the reason for that is we're getting closer and closer to Election Day in America, and the left and these establishment cronies see their power slipping away from them. It's happening all over the world. It's also happening here in Germany. Not as quickly and not as bigly as it is in America, but it's happening. It's happening in Europe. It's happening in America. All over the world, you see this populist resistance rising up. You see more and more people coming out of the woodwork and speaking out and speaking up. And that is terrifying to these tyrants, because they know that once they lose power now, it's going to be a very, very long time before they have another chance at it. And they can't let that happen. They already got kicked off track when Donald Trump got elected in 2016, and when Brexit happened in Europe in 2016. They got a big setback. They don't want to let this setback happen again. They felt like they were firmly in the saddle by stealing the election of 2020. Now it looks like they're not going to be firmly in the saddle, and so they are going to tighten the grip, tighten the totalitarian grip on the people further and further until either they stay in power or the people violently rise up, if that's what it comes to. That's what they're going to drive it through. That's their goal. They are willing to let it get to the point of extreme violence if they have to in order to retain power. And they're showing us that every day. And these totalitarian bullshit rules, which nobody should follow. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody should say, Gavin Newsom, screw you. I'm going to make memes of you all day, every day. I'm going to post them on every fucking thing that I can. And if they only remain up on X, that's fine with me. I'll post them there. I'll post them on Rumble. I'll post them with a VPN. I'll make sure that other people know how to use a VPN and get a VPN so that they can see them. And screw you, crony, crazy motherfuckers. That's what I think is going to happen. So, guys, it's a crazy world, right? It's a crazy world. You know, Israel basically killed Hamas or the Hezbollah guys with their own pagers. That's pretty crazy and pretty impressive, you know, but scary at the same time. So remember, be aware. This is a possibility. This is technically possible. There's no way around it anymore. It's not speculation or conspiracy or anything. We have seen Israel can do it. Now all we have to do is understand that our own Western totalitarian governments are quite willing and quite capable to use the same type of technology against their own dissidents. Remember that. Remember that. Guys, this was the Insanity Report for today. If you liked it, please share it. If you want my content directly in your inbox, that includes the articles I write, the weekly rant, the Insanity Report, and the podcast recommendations. If you want that content directly sent to you in your email inbox, then all you have to do is subscribe to my Substack. Below are the links. You can do it for free, or you can do me a great favor and do it for $5 a month. Either one is great by me, or fine by me. I appreciate all of the support I get. And yeah, we'll see you guys on tomorrow's Insanity Report. If you're following this or watching this video on another platform, go ahead and follow me there. But please also do go to it'sallaboutlogic.substack.com. That again is it'sallaboutlogic.substack.com. It's All About Logic is one word. Please go ahead and subscribe there as well. All right, guys, that's it for today. Hopefully you guys have a good one. Tomorrow is Friday. All right, that's awesome. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.